Good afternoon, everybody. It's Martin S5 1989 here, and I'm now back with another retrospective video because I know yesterday Leafs fan 18 gave a retrospective video on Alex Trebek, and I appreciate that. Of course, I left a comment in this video because Trebek wasn't the only person that celebrated a birthday yesterday, because someone else also celebrated a birthday yesterday as well. And if you don't know who that person is, I can tell you, he is a famous film composer. That's right, a famous movie composer. Because he's also written for shows too. And if you know this composer, I'm sure many Disney fans know him, as yesterday was Alan Menken's 61st birthday. So this retrospective will be all about the legendary Disney composer Alan Menken. So let's talk about it. As we know, Menken was born July 22nd, 1949, and if you had the Aladdin Platinum Edition DVD and looked in that Alan Menken Musical Renaissance Man, of course, Menken wasn't originally from a musical family, because his parents were originally dentists. But Menken did not want to pursue a career in what his parents did. He wanted to go a different direction. So that's why he started to go for music. He started playing some instruments, guitar, and of course the most notable instrument Menken played was piano, since Menken played the piano a lot. And then, as he got older, pretty much in the 1980s, this was when Menken the 1980s was when Menken first met Howard Ashman, and around that time they then started to write a Broadway musical play. And the name of this Broadway musical would be known as Little Shop of Horrors, which the play was a big hit, and then several years later that play would later be made into a movie in 1986, and Menken and Ashman got an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song for the film, because for the film Menken and Ashman wrote an original song called Mean Green Mother from Outer Space. But so far, that's the only Ashman-Menken composition I know that contained some profanity in there. So therefore, at the Oscars, they had to censor it. When it was performed at the Oscar ceremony, they had to censor some of the songs to keep it clean. But of course, we know that song did not win the Oscar that year, because Take My Breath Away, but from the movie Top Gun won that year, of course. Mean Green Mother from Outer Space. It's fun. I've never heard all of it. Of course, they did have other songs from Little Shop of Horrors too, including Suddenly Seymour, the title song, and of course, in the movie, Steve Martin and Bill Murray do a song called Dentist, which is fun. But so on. But then later, around the late 1980s, Ashman knew that he also was working with Disney, and the idea came that, Ashman asked Menken to work with him in Disney stuff, and Menken agreed. And in the late 1980s, they then began music for a popular Disney movie, which we know starred the Disney Renaissance, known as The Little Mermaid, which Menken wrote the musical score, as well as writing the songs with Ashman. And in '89, they got nominated again, this time with 2 nominations for Best Original Song for the film. And this time, Menken finally had an Oscar victory in his hands, as Under the Sea won for Best Original Song. Of course, Kiss the Girl was also nominated, and Menken walked away with 2 that night, because The Little Mermaid also won for Best Original Score. And his fame would continue. However, there was one tragic thing, because then at the night when they returned to New York after the Oscar ceremonies, Menken told Ashman told Menken that Ashman was sick and was HIV/AIDS positive, and Menken started feeling devastated about this. But otherwise, Menken and Ashman, they began to work with the songs for Beauty and the Beast. They completed all of the songs, and they also wrote some of the songs for Aladdin as well. But we know Menken was devastated when Howard Ashman passed away in March of 1991 of HIV/AIDS. But yes, Menken was still able to continue work, and for the Aladdin stuff, for 2 other songs he would work with Tim Rice, with British composer Tim Rice with the songs One Jump Ahead and A Whole New World. Of course, Menken would win more Oscars for 91 for Beauty and the Beast, as that film also won Best Original Score and also Best Original Song for the title song Beauty and the Beast. Of course, Be Our Guest and Belle were also nominated as well. And of course, also during Beauty and the Beast, if you saw that musical Renaissance documentary on the DVD, as I mentioned, Menken, when the song Something There was getting recorded, Menken told Paige O'Hara to make Paige sing one line of the song, probably more in some Streisand-like voice. It was kind of fun, but of course Menken still likes it. Menken would win the score again. Menken would have back-to-back Oscar victories in those same 2 categories again the following year when A Whole New World won Best Original Song, and when Aladdin won for Best Original Score. And it would also be repeated 2 years later when they did when Pocahontas was made, which Menken worked with another collaborator, working with Stephen Schwartz for those songs. One of 3 Disney films that they did, that they worked with music for. The other 2 are Hunchback of Notre Dame and Enchanted. Of course, Colors of the Wind would win for Best Original Song, and Pocahontas would win for Best Original Score. And so far, that has also been the last time that Menken has won Oscars for that, because Hunchback of Notre Dame was also nominated for score, but it did not win. Go the Distance was nominated for Best Original Song. From Hercules was nominated for Best Original Song, but that was also a loser, sir. And therefore, after that, Menken would not get nominated again until 2007, when Menken and Schwartz did the music for Enchanted. But of course, before that, in 2004, he worked with Glenn Slater on the music for Home on the Range. Thanks for the songs and that. But for Enchanted, with that, for Menken, it was the second time that he ever received 3 Oscar nominations for Best Original Song for those working with Schwartz. But tragically at the Oscars, none of the 3 songs from Enchanted won. So Menken was disappointed about that. And Menken would continue to work with Slater when they opened up the Broadway musical versions of The Little Mermaid. Oh yeah, and speaking of Broadway, I also forgot, Menken would also work with Tim Rice for the songs for the Broadway musical version of Beauty and the Beast as well. But then Menken is currently now composing music for a new upcoming Disney movie, which will be coming out at the end of this year, called Tangled, which he'll be working with songs with Glenn Slater for the songs for this film. We don't know the titles yet, but we'll find out as soon as the film gets released. But in the meantime, Menken's music is still popular at Disney. I'm sure many of you will enjoy listening to some of the Disney songs or the scores from the films right now. And to Alan Menken, we wish you good luck with your music, and keep it up. Okay, so there you go. That's my retrospective video on Alan Menken. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again soon for my next video.